Coach Josh here. I'm going to cover some serving tips. Just in general, we want to make sure we're trying to keep this ball in. So if we're trying to go for too much on spin, we should probably tone it down a little bit and just try to get it in, okay? Now, personally, for me as a goal, like when I'm serving, and what's going to help to kind of set up your next shot is, if possible, you want to keep it as deep as possible, but in play. So that's going to set up a good third shot for you coming in, okay? So if we can kind of keep it deep, relatively, it's going to help us on our third shot, okay? I'm going to cover a little bit of spin a little bit because it's kind of fun to do. I normally do a top spin, so if I'm going to be in a continental, I'm just going to be a little bit more Western, so I'm going to rotate to the left, and this is going to give me some top spin, okay? What this typically does is when it hits off your paddle, it's going to have an arc, but it's going to hit the ground, and it's going to kick kind of towards that person, okay? So that's going to be the top spin a little bit, so I'm going to demonstrate. So I'm going to tilt this a little bit to the left. Everything's the same. The only thing that changes is my paddle, okay? So I'm going to go for a little top spin, and I'm trying to keep it a little deep as possible because I'm trying to bounce it into them so we get kind of a shorter return, and now we can get up closer to that kitchen line. So I'm going to go here a little bit. I'm going to tilt it to the left. Okay, I'm going to get some top spin. Okay, I'm going to hit. Okay, that was pretty good right there. Had some good top spin. And that was good depth. I really like that one right there. Okay, staying through. So that last one right there, you see how it was deep and it was bouncing into them. That's going to be a hard ball to kind of return, okay? Understand a little bit as well as like placement. Like if this person's backhand is not that good, I'll kind of scoot a little bit more to the right so I can have that top spin going towards their backhand, because a lot of people in the sports backhand's a little weak. So if we had that accuracy a little bit, we can go for that a little bit more. That's kind of a fun one. Or if I want to go here and step to the left, that's going to help open up that midline a little bit more for myself, for a little bit more clarity there in the middle. So if I want to go for more middle, I can open up this way a little bit. So that top spin's going to help. The other one that's kind of fun to do a little bit as well is to mess around. Sometimes we'll go into like a slice. So I'm going to kind of open up my paddle to the right. The swing is still the same. I just want to make sure I am staying a little bit more through this ball so it stays on that paddle and it has time to roll up, so it actually goes the other way. So the top spin, it'll typically kind of bounce and go to the left this way, and now I can have a serve that's going to bounce and go to the right, okay? So this is kind of a fun one as well. So like again, I'm going to be in a continental, and I'm just going to open my paddle to the right, so it's more of kind of like a slice and an open. We call this a little bit Eastern grip, so it's going to be to the right here. And I'm going to do the same serve, but all I'm going to do is I'm just going to push down through this ball, so it's going to have a little bit compression, roll up the paddle, and it's going to go to the right. So I'm going to do some slice serves here. Right there, see how it kind of cuts and it goes that direction to the right. And I'm going to push. I'm going to go one more. Okay. And you notice also when it hits the ground, it's going to kick right. So it's really cool. With the top spin, you can have a serve that's going to bounce and kick to the left. And then with the slice serve, it's going to bounce and kick to the right. So you can kind of mess around with your opponent a little bit, have a little fun, but just understand we don't want to go for too much. We don't want to cut it too hard or go too much with our wrist or our top spin, okay? Those are the cool different serves that you can do.